What's up, y'all? Big B's, Big Mean, Big Green, Big Cheese back at it again with another reaction video. And today we got the luckiest people ever 2020 edition. Yeah. A lot of people call me lucky, but I think it's just talent, my vibrations that I give out, and I just receive them back. You know, so it's nothing. I don't rely on luck. That's all I'm gonna say. But I do be having some lucky moments, and I ain't gonna lie to you. But let's check it out.
Sometimes it feels like Lady Luck only has eyes for a select few people. And when the most fortunate among us luck out, they really luck out. Whether they're protected by guardian angels or just in the right place at the right time, here are some people who are incredibly lucky. Nowadays, losing your smartphone can feel like losing a limb. And in some situations,
man, tell me about it. I just left my phone in the car like
for your precious handheld device. Only the bravest or stupidest people would take their phone out on a roller coaster to snap a few pics while traveling through the air at 130 kilometers per hour. One daring rider on the Shambhala ride in Portaventura theme park was incredibly lucky after disobeying the no phones rule, when a man a few seats behind was able to catch their falling iPhone with his lightning fast reflexes.
Oh shit.
Now that's some serious skill.
What the fuck?
It's scary to think how many times we might have cheated death in our lifetime, but for this lucky boy, it really seems like it just wasn't his time yet. The poor dude looks disgruntled as he kicks some trash about, but he's incredibly fortunate to have walked away from that fence when he did, as a car comes hurtling through just seconds later. Whether his spiders...
Oh, damn. Bro, he don't know, like,
Since
he didn't even realize, bro.
It seems like this kid really needed a win that day. Speed cameras sometimes seem to come out of nowhere, and before you know it, you're strapped with a hefty fine or even a driver's awareness course. An unlikely hero stepped between one lucky driver and the law, though, when the speeding camera only managed to capture this. This vigilant feathered friend appeared just in time to block the driver's license plate from view, and although the man will probably never get to thank the bird for it, he might not be so lucky next time. In 2007, an adopted 22-year-old man named Steve Fleig was finally reunited with his birth mother in the luckiest way possible. Fleig was about to give up the search when he realized he'd been incorrectly spelling his birth surname wrong, and by using an online search engine, he discovered that his mother's address was less than a mile from the Lowe's store where he worked as a truck driver. After sharing the news with his boss, Fleig discovered that his mother, Chris Talladay, worked as a cashier at the same store all along.
What the fuck?
The two colleagues had unknowingly exchanged polite hellos when passing each other in the canteen. In 2019, one American homeowner was surprised to find a massive boulder sitting on their front porch like a strange gift from above. As it turns out, the reality of the situation was far luckier, as this huge stone could have destroyed their house. Wildfires in Utah burned down a tree which was supporting the boulder's weight, causing it to roll a quarter of a mile down the street before miraculously stopping just feet from the front porch. I guess that's one super effective method of instant home delivery. This photo may look like an action movie still, but it's actually living proof that sometimes you just have to be in the right place when disaster strikes.
That's real?
This incredibly lucky car owner happened to be on the safest patch of road when 2 consecutive earthquakes hit Alaska in November 2018. As the second 7.0 seismic rumble destroyed the road around them, their fortunate vehicle was left standing proud.
Why do people live there anyway?
To snap the winning shot. In 2007, a wheelchair-bound man in Paw Paw, Michigan beat all odds when he survived a 55-mile-per-hour ride while attached to the front of a semi-truck.
What?
The passenger, who suffers from muscular dystrophy, had been crossing the road when the truck pulled out and unknowingly bumped his chair, getting it stuck in the metal grate as it continued onto the highway. Carpenter traveled 2 whole miles before undercover police spotted him and alerted the driver. And he's lucky to be alive today with a great story to tell.
Low key,
the people
that
in this
probably be
video
fun as
will
a
probably
motherfucker.
never take their eyes off the sky after surviving this bizarre incident. Ice can sometimes form on the outside of an aircraft cruising at high altitude and can slip off the plane, making what looks like a freak weather incident to those on the ground below. The area in this video is under a heavy air traffic route by Heathrow Airport, but thankfully, of 2.5 million flights traveling through UK airspace, only around 25 falling ice incidents are reported annually, making this lucky escape also incredibly rare. Speaking of falling objects, check out this close call caused after a huge tree branch broke and miraculously peeled down the car exterior without breaking any glass or entering the vehicle. I'll bet the driver could hardly believe their eyes when assessing the bizarre situation.
How the fuck is
they're
that lucky?
incredibly lucky that the only damage the branch caused was this oddly satisfying cross-section.
That ain't
In
lucky.
2017, expert piano
Your car still
tuner
got fucked
Black
up.
House was called to tune a 110-year-old piano that had been donated to Bishop's Community College in Shropshire when he made a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. After noticing that the keys felt unusually stiff, the technician found several cloth-bound packets containing 913 gold sovereigns and half-sovereigns dating from 1847 to 1950. The hoard, which amounts to over 13 pounds of gold bullion, was declared a national treasure and property of the crown. But Blackhouse still earned himself a share of a reward large enough to retire early. Parenting is hard,
I was
but
finna say,
often
that's
instinct
fucked up.
is there to lead the way. And this mother may have saved her child's life with her lightning-fast reflexes. The barrier in this video is hollow, with a large drop into the stairwell. After taking her eye off the ball for a split second, the curious Todd Fury nearly falls through some super-wide railings before his mother scrambles to grab him by the ankle. And she even saves her iPhone, too. Thankfully, people nearby are there to help haul him up as he dangles above the staircase below, and she receives an applause for her quick thinking. If you ask me, though, this looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
What
Most
the
mornings
fuck?
are stressful enough without having a mini heart attack thanks to a close shave like this. Losing your car keys down a street drain is a real achievement even for the clumsiest among us, and these people should be thankful that the width and angle of the fall was on their side this time. After all, no one wants to be on all fours with a coat hanger and chewing gum at 9 a.m. trying to hook those suckers out. True thrill seekers will go to great lengths to get their fix of adrenaline, but safety still comes first. One tourist was incredibly lucky in 2018 while visiting a Chinese adventure park after his safety harness snapped while leaping across a bridge 500 feet above the ground.
What the fuck?
Attraction known as Zhejiang Fei Yu, or Extreme Leaps,
Man,
which
see?
allows daredevils to experience high-altitude thrills, was temporarily shut down after the clip went viral online. He may have escaped unharmed, but this man came dangerously close to
He
a
didn't even
fatal
know
free
either.
fall. For many people, swimming in the open ocean is already a scary prospect. But can you imagine emerging from the water to discover something like this? In 2014, 14-year-old Michaela Medina was swimming in the murky waters off the coast of Galveston, Texas when she felt something bump her back. But it wasn't until her mother examined her that she realized her incredibly lucky escape. Between 1911 to 2013, only 15 shark attacks and 1 fatality were recorded in the area. Although Medina was only treated for puncture wounds on her upper back, who knows how close she was to becoming shark food.
Huh?
It's not often we
How
get
she
the
know she
chance to
got
save
bit?
someone's life, but who could imagine doing it with just a casual tap on the shoulder? Seconds after his brief encounter with a passing stranger, this man in Adana in Turkey manages to narrowly avoid being fatally hit by a metal gate
Hey,
as
now
it
that's
swings in
some
his
lucky
direction
ass
while a
shit,
man
boy.
passes through.
If he ain't tapped his shoulder, he
Man
would've
may
got
never
his
be a
ass
savior
rocked.
again,
Buku.
but chances are he's either an incognito time traveler or a real-life guardian angel. Finding a scratch or bump on your parked car can be a real bummer, but one Libyan man had an even bigger shock when he discovered this after seeking shelter from shelling in Benghazi in 2014. Instead of exploding on impact, a live mortar shell had somehow punched a hole in the bodywork of his vehicle before becoming wedged in the rubber tire. Fawaz Qasim Cassis recalled how he initially ran from the scene, but couldn't resist returning a few days later to snap a risky photo of the unbelievable feat. Day-to-day living doesn't prepare us for life-threatening situations, so it's hard to imagine how we might react when instinct kicks in. But this man truly embodied the fight-or-flight impulse when he somehow managed to outrun a falling transmission tower. Running to the side might seem like the logical solution to an unthinkable scenario like this, but the possibility of being struck by the charged electrical cables could prove just as fatal. Besides, giving Usain Bolt a run for his money in this action movie-style escape is far more awesome.
He was running?
Over-the-top explosion is all that's missing.
Well, he was,
Most smartphones aren't built to survive even the smallest drops, and almost everybody
On a
has
bike.
suffered a cracked screen at some point, so dropping it while speeding down the highway should be a one-way ticket to a new phone. While riding a Honda Grom and filming on a headcam with friends, this man miraculously caught an iPhone in his lap after it fell out of the pocket of the guy ahead and bounced up off the pavement. The owner is incredibly lucky to have the phone returned, and the odds of catching a moment like this on camera are surely 1 in a million. If there's one thing worth fearing, it's sinkholes. These natural disasters can happen anywhere, swallowing anything whole in an instant. So the odds of surviving one as narrowly as this are pretty damn crazy.
What the fuck
This
is
van
water
may have
in
been
there?
in the wrong place at the wrong time, but it's lucky that the sinkhole wasn't much wider, or the driver may have not been able to escape by kicking the windshield in and crawling out. Still, the cameraman is tempting fate by standing so close to the edge. Luck like this doesn't usually strike twice.
Where the
buddy.
fuck is that at?
Staying alert is important because you just don't know when a flying car is going to come out of nowhere, right? This lucky cyclist happened to have stopped at the perfect place on the crossing moments before the car comes barrel rolling through the air towards him, narrowly clearing the shell-shocked man as it comes to a halt a few feet away. Unsurprisingly, the guy on the scooter is totally frozen in amazement after witnessing such an amazing feat. Whoever said luck isn't a superpower? Cars aren't the only flying objects worth watching out for when you're in survival mode, and these cyclists captured the insane moment of deer right out in front of the car and flew off the bonnet towards them. Over 1.5 million road accidents involving deer are reported annually, with 42,000 deer killed in the UK alone, while around 200 people are also killed as a result, which is no surprise considering the impact they can make on a vehicle. This particular total deer miss was incredibly lucky for everyone involved. Well, apart from the deer, as the bike's back camera also shows the moment the animal hits the road, causing the car behind to stop just in the nick of time.
Ooh,
It's
fuck,
normal to feel
bro.
a bit uneasy when driving behind a lorry carrying a large load, and anyone who's seen the Final Destination movies will be sure to keep a good distance. But very rarely things do go wrong. Just take a look at this horrifying image of a car which experienced this nightmare firsthand as a huge sheet of corrugated iron slid off the back of a truck, piercing the car from front to back. Thankfully, there was no one in the passenger seat, and the driver managed to escape unharmed, or this could have been one seriously unlucky situation. As if that wasn't terrifying enough, just imagine the horror of an axe flying through the air towards you on the highway. This was the reality for one passenger in Massachusetts in 2014 when the unsecured weapon became dislodged from a landscaping truck ahead on Route 95 as it hurtled towards the car. Thankfully, the axe only went halfway through the windshield and no one was hurt.
Bro, that
Police
should be
warned that
scaring
if the
the
driver
shit
had
out
been
of
over
me,
the
bro.
speed limit, the outcome could have been very different. After experiencing something like this and surviving, I'm pretty sure your luck might just be spent. Which of these seriously fortunate
Man, bro, like, what the fuck? Man, that's some crazy ass shit, bro. That's some pretty true lucky people. They better, man, I really hope they doing something with their life, man. Like, some, like, man, I don't know. But just at least living their best life, because after this shit, man, that's crazy. I'd be like, have to do everything. But yeah, no, if y'all like that video, smash the like button, subscribe, and tell a family member to come join the fun, man. Don't we have fun here? Everybody should be a part of this fun, don't you think? Just tell a family member. I'm out.